Bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. I don't say yo, I just say, bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. Go.
Welcome back, Guardians, to another edition of Bird Up Discusses the Destiny Lore. Bird Up, the ultimate bird, the Birdlock, the Bird Warlock. Let's get right into it, shall we? Today, we will be going through a secret lore book. That's right, secret. Something the majority of players will not come across, because honestly, it's kind of a pain to unlock this story. It involves finding these hidden penguins all over Europa. It's about, I would say it takes about 40 minutes to find all of them if you're following a YouTube video. However, there are no clues, there's no story, there's no guides, there's nothing to even tell you that these hidden details are actually there on the map the entire time. And my boy Tweezy, he's my Destiny podcast partner, and he told me about this lore book, which is difficult to find. It just talks about a character by the name of Micah Abram, or Micah Abram. It's not exactly sure. I'm going to go with Micah Abram. Micah Abram potentially could be the next speaker. Micah Abram was a young boy born on Europa, on the planet we are on now, in Destiny. Actually, I can even show you right here. This planet right here, Europa. Born and raised here. Parents worked for Clovis Bray. Parents were turned into exos against their will. So grows up parentless, robot parents working for Clovis Bray. Can never really have any true freedom, because anytime they discover anything, Clovis is just going to wipe their minds. And now we find out that their son potentially could be the new speaker. As we know, the speaker died at the beginning of the Destiny 2 campaign, the Destiny 2 vanilla campaign, the Red War, and the Traveler has not been awake since. However, recently, the Traveler put itself back together and is now awake and active in our universe and starting to show us things and show us dreams and signs that we may have a new speaker coming soon, which we really will need to guide us through the dark times coming. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Your friend, Micah Abram. Letter 1. Dear Traveler, my name is Micah. I am 10 years old and a human. You probably knew that second part, but my papa says there was probably lots of different intelligent species where you come from, so I wanted to be specific. Where are you from, by the way? I'm from Mars. But right now, me and my dad are on the way to join Papa at a brand new colony on Europa. Papa is the lead quantum engineer at Braytech, which basically means he builds super cool computers. He's so good at it, he gets to work with Clovis Bray on all the top secret stuff. He even designed some of Rasputin's hardware. Wow, his father worked on Rasputin. Very interesting. I hope he shows me what he's working on. He used to do that, back on Mars. It'll be a good learning opportunity for you, he'd say. But only if you promise not to tell anyone. And I never have, even though my friends back home bugged me about Papa's work all the time. My old home, I mean. Soon Europa will be my home, and you'll be my new next-door neighbor over on Io. I wish we could pass by you on the way so I could see you up close, but Eventide, that's the colony, needs supplies, and Dad is supposed to start working right away. He's a psychologist. I don't really get what he'd even do for Braytech. All he does is ask people how they're feeling over and over again. Maybe they need him to train a war mind like Dr. Anna Bray did. Only instead of language, he'll teach it how to analyze its dreams. Dad always teases Papa that a human brain is a lot harder to work with than a hard drive. Maybe Papa got him on one of his projects to finally prove him wrong. What do you have, a hard drive or a brain? Are you an AI like Rasputin? Have you ever talked to him? Sorry if these questions are nosy. Dad says I'm super curious, and that's okay. I just need to learn when to stop asking questions, which is pretty unfair since he gets to ask me stuff all the time. Like right now, he asked me what I'm writing, so I better encrypt this real quick and go. I'll write more later. Your friend, Micah. Caw. We're just getting started with the Your Friend Micah Abrams lore book. And this was the very first letter that he ever wrote to the traveler. He's a young boy, so apparently was not born on Europa. I was mistaken there. He's from Mars. He has two fathers who are Clovis Bray scientists. I'm sorry, Braytech scientists. One seems to be in charge of analyzing and encoding behavioral data, while the other is a psychologist who actually, I guess, provides the raw data for this emotional blueprint that they're trying to create for exos. Let's move on to letter 2. Dear Traveler, we finally landed on Europa. Before we got off the ship, they gave us official Braytech snowsuits to put on whenever we go outside. The suits are super chunky and hard to walk in, but Papa says there is an extra thick lining on the inside to protect against the bad ions bouncing down from space nearby. Plus, it helps keep us warm. Did you know that at night it can get as cold as 140 Kelvin? I wonder why Clovis Bray chose to build Eventide here, when you're over there terraforming Io. Even if you're not finished, it's probably way nicer. Still, I'm glad we're here. Seeing Papa again made me so happy I almost cried. I didn't though. Once on the way here, I forgot what his face looked like. No matter how hard I try, I couldn't see it in my mind. It was awful. He's grown a beard, so he looks different now. I like it, but Dad said he feels like he's kissing a polar bear. Papa said Dad'll grow a beard too, once he discovers how much warmer his face will be. Soon you'll have 2 polar bears for parents, Micah. For now, I've got a penguin. A plushie, not a real one. I'm too old for plushies, but Papa told me it's from Clovis Bray. A souvenir for your soon-to-be Arctic adventures. Plus, it came with this mini version of an ion shield snowsuit, like the one I have to wear. It actually looks pretty cool, so I think I'm going to keep it. Do you know about polar bears and penguins? Back before you came, they lived on Earth's 2 poles that had climates a lot like Europa. But our technology was so inefficient, it was poisoning Earth's air and killing off whole species of animals and plants, like the opposite of terraforming. I'm going to name this penguin Mihailova, after the scientist aeronaut on Ares 1. Do you remember meeting her and Hardy and Chow? I think it's Chow. Chow? Chow. Can you see their faces in your mind? That was a long time ago, way before I was born, but you've been around so long. Human years must feel like a minute to you. If that's true, then expect to see me, except grown up with a beard, on Io 1 second after you get this. I'm still not sure how I'm going to send my letters to you yet. Maybe they'll let me use a warsat. I know those are really for high-level threats and stuff, but how many of those can there be? This is a golden age. Okay. Your friend, Micah. Micah has just made it to Europa, where he meets with his papa, who apparently they separated. One was brought to Europa first for his studies. Later, Dad. Later, Dad brings Micah to Europa as they move there and find that Papa has grown a beard because of how cold it is. The interesting part of letter 2 is actually this paragraph right here. For now, I've got a penguin, a plushie, not a real one. The penguins were actually the items that I had to go track down in game. There are I want to say 9 of them, and you have to go find them. And there's no maps, there's no clues, there's nothing. You just have to know where they are. Once you find them all, they give you this lore book that I'm reading here. It's a very secret lore book with huge implications. I would love to get to. Well, we'll see what letter 3 has to say.